Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Tuesday, May 20th, 2025. Let's rock. Okay, we have gold up $17 to $3,245 and silver up 25 cents to 32.56. In the May futures, we have 32.76, about a 20-cent differential between futures and spot. Gold-silver ratio down a little bit today. Silver doing a little better than gold, 99.42. 10-year yield right about flat at 4.485. U.S. dollar flat at 100.43. Copper futures, commodities down 4.63, but you know what I've missed lately has been platinum. Have you seen platinum? Let's see if we can get a chart. While we weren't looking, platinum snuck up over $1,000 and that's kind of surprising. Although I did hear a story this morning that China is, of course, buying record amounts of gold, but I hear that they are also buying platinum now. Now, platinum being the weak cousin to gold. Maybe people are switching from gold to platinum. I don't know. The wind has come out of the sails of gold lately, and I see some hedge funds are divesting. So we'll have to see what happens to gold, but platinum catching a bid. Very, very curious. In the economic calendar today, there's just nothing happening until Thursday when we have initial jobless claims. So we have a couple of days here, and metals do like to rally into economic reports. Let's see what happens here. It's kind of curious that silver is catching a bid this morning. We've got the Fear Greed Index in the stock market at 70. Dow futures down 34. S&P futures down 17. NASDAQ futures down 95. And my black swan yesterday turned into a butterfly and just flew back up. People shrugged off the Moody's downgrade, and the dip buyers, they won the day. But a day does not a story make, so let's see what happens today. All right, and back on to the deals. BestSilverGoldDeals.com is where I am. You can follow along on the website. It's totally free, and it's sponsored by no bullion dealers. Before we do that, the question of the day. Okay, this is a question that everybody probably has experience with. So you're a stacker, right? I presume you're a stacker. If you're here, or 95% of you are. Do you talk to your family about stacking? Have you talked to your immediate family? Okay, so, obviously they're going to probably know you stack. But your extended family, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your nieces, your nephews, your grandkids, your grandparents, do you talk about stacking to your family? And if you do, what do they say? I've got a bunch of stories about that, but I'll let you tell yours. I'd love to read them. Let's get on to the deals here, and stuff is pretty similar to yesterday. A few new players. We got a 1 gram gold bar at in assay, 120 at Summit Metals. We have a secondary beat-up bar at 114 at Hero Bullion. We have new customer deal at bullion.com near spot. A 1/10 gold eagle, 362 at Summit Metals. A 1/10 gold maple, 358 at Safe Haven Metals that I still haven't used. We've got a secondary market, could be beat up, random sovereign gold coin, 342 at Liberty Coin. We've got a 1/4 ounce gold eagle at 858 at Summit Metals. 1/4 ounce Krugerrand, 848 at Summit Metals. We've got a 5 gram gold in assay, which is the Britannia bar for 557 at Bold. Not a bad price. A $5 commemorative, 0.241 ounces of gold. Sovereign U.S. gold, 804 at Provident Metals. You can stack the hell out of those. A 10 gram gold bar, a metric bar, 1,081 at Golden Eagle. Not a bad price there either. A 1/2 ounce gold eagle, 1660 at Summit Metals. 1/2 ounce maple is 1697 at Summit Metals. 1/2 ounce Britannia is 1700 at Hero Bullion. 1/2 ounce Krugerrand is 1669 at Bullion Exchanges. They'll always be brilliant uncirculated unless I say otherwise or they fool me. A 1 ounce Gold Eagle, 3300 at Summit Metals, but wait for Costco. A Buffalo 33.58 at Summit Metals. A 1 ounce gold maple 32.88, good price at Safe Haven Metals. Walmart has them a little cheaper if you apply your 3% discount by checking out through PayPal with your PayPal credit card links on my website. A 1 ounce gold Britannia is $3,295 at Monument Metals. And in the background, that's my old clock, Bombay and Company clock. That thing has been going for 30, 40 years. Crazy. Let's see. We have a Krugerrand over at Bullion Exchanges, 1,261. Love these lower prices. A 20 franc is 624 at Hero Bullion, and that is going to be, I think that might be average circulated. Platinum Eagles catching a bid along with Platinum, 1184 for your Platinum Eagles now. And if you just want any sovereign Platinum ounce, 1,135 at SD Bullion. Let's keep moving. Silver Eagles, about the same as yesterday, 37.23 at Summit Metals. Cheaper in larger quantities over at Pinehurst, 36.88 in a tube of 20. And off quality about $1 less. Let's see, and I'm still cautious about these markets, you know that, but so far, no big dip. Okay, this changes everything. I put this in the chat room yesterday, and you can click this link to go see Son of a Silver Stackers channel, great little channel. Well, not little, about the same size as mine, actually. But he's talking about the breaking news at the U.S. Mint. Now, on my channel, I believe in everything. I believe in buying, selling, flipping, investing, collecting, pouring, you name it. I like to do it. It's just a really interesting hobby. The U.S. Mint has been a lucrative source of revenue for me and others in the past, flipping their coins. But what has happened lately is they've mismanaged the mint, and it's kind of going downhill. They put out an article that they will be adjusting the mintages of their releases to the prior year or the average of the prior 5-year sales figures. So very often, you know, they're proof Silver Eagles, etc. They're Morgan and Peace dollar replicas. You know, they'd have these astronomical mintages, 200,000, 300,000, 350,000, and then, you know, lately they've raised the prices way too high, and they're selling 100,000, 150,000. Changing the mintages on their releases going forward will create a bit of a collector market when they have something worth collecting. And I don't know what that is. You can decide what that is, or I can give you some tips if you want. But it really does change everything when it comes to flipping U.S. Mint products, if you're inclined to do so. I was looking at the gold lately because, you know, a few years ago, the gold releases, the proof gold from fractional up to 1 ounce has been a very good flip. But they've raised the prices way too high on their gold, so that's not going to work. And also on their silver. So maybe the high prices will counteract the lower mintages, or maybe the collectors will get excited again. All I can say is the U.S. Mint is literally crumbling. It's falling apart and really needs some leadership right away. President Trump arrives on Capitol Hill to meet with the House over his budget plan. Okay, that's going on today. Let's keep going if you don't care about that. All right, we've got Silver Maples 35.43 at Bullion Exchanges. Kangaroos, BU Kangaroos 35.18 at Bullion Exchanges. Milky Kangaroos 34.33 at Hero Bullion. No, you can't take milk off a coin and keep it off. Bullion Exchanges has the Britannia 35.18 at Bullion Exchanges. Krugerrand is 35.67 at Summit Metals. A Philharmonic is 35.18 at Bullion Exchanges. A new listing here for Libertads, if you got to have your 2024s, 41.19 at Money Metals. And I would not buy the 2024s at this point. The mintage came in high. You would prefer a 2023 over a 24, or random Libertads over the 24 because you might get a low mintage year. So yeah, I bought the 24s, but the mintage came in high, and that's how the cookie crumbles. Okay, if you're looking for the Eagle, Privy Eagle, they are 45.43 over at Bullion Exchanges. No, they will not sell them all anytime soon. Over at Costco, we've got a bunch of good stuff up here. You could buy any of this if you still believe in gold and silver. and you don't think a big sell-off is coming. And who knows? I've been wrong for a while now. You can get a silver bar at $3.49, and then apply your 2% Executive Club rebate and a 2% rebate credit card like the Wells Fargo credit card. Get 4% off, and you'll be out the door at a song. You can get the Maple, Gold Maple, $32.99 minus 4%. A gold bar, $32.99 minus 4%. Get the Maple over the bar. You can get an Eagle for $33.59 minus 4%. And you can get a Buffalo for the same price. Get the Buffalo over the Eagle, and there you go. If you want to buy today, you certainly can buy those deals. Okay, junk in the trunk. We're going to get to Pinehurst today. 24.04 times face. Junk getting a little more expensive here. Dealers on YouTube I recommend. Links on my website are having junk at spot or near spot sales all the time. So that's where I'd buy my junk, unless we find it cheaper on eBay and you can make it easy and not pay their shipping charges. Okay, a large lot of junk over at Pinehurst is 23.64 times face. On the cheat sheet, 23.64 is going to put you at about 32.40, which would be, well, that's right around melt, isn't it? Wait a minute, what's going on here? 32.40? Hold on, let me get back to silver here. What did I do wrong? Silver is 32.40, up 10 cents now. Moving on to 33.64, 23.64 times face. 23.64 is about 32.40. Well, gosh, that's at spot. Okay, well, I guess the dealers dropped their price, or I'm doing something wrong. Check me on that one. Huh. Something doesn't make sense. I thought they were a buck over spot before. Okay, let's keep going here. The goose is loose. 2-ounce goose coin from the Royal Canadian Mint. 72.88. That's a pre-order from Monument Metals. Getting on to the kilo. The kilo is 1,076 at Monument Metals. And if you're just looking for 1-ounce rounds, where are my 1-ounce rounds? Huh, did I lose them? Here we go. 1-ounce rounds over at Golden Eagle are 34.07, about $1.50 over spot there. The 10-ounce cast bar, secondary market bars, $3.40, about $1.50 over spot there. That's at Pinehurst. Hopefully you get something cool. Deals at the Golden State Mint are $33.69. Oh, there you go. That is a better deal. That is any quantity pricing, $33.67, about $1.20 over spot, and you pick your poison there. Okay, moving on to 10-ounce random bars. Those are $33.38 over at Monument Metals. Let's keep going here. I did the kilo already. The Perth Mint kilo coin is $11.14 at SD Bullion. It will come in a scratch capsule. Now we're on eBay. Let's rock. Okay, let's get some silver eagles. Papa wants some silver eagles here. Okay. Oh, we got some culls. All right. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, they're damn expensive. What's the deal with $36 culls? They'll be $35 out the door. That'd be about $2.50 over spot. I'd like to see those more like $2 over spot. And at $7.42, those would be about $36 out the door for the BU Eagles. That'll beat the dealer on the BU Eagles. Let's try a large lot. Maybe we'll get a better deal here. Large lot now. You're talking? Okay, large lot of culls, $35.40. That'd be about $34.30 out the door. That'd be about $1.80 over spot for this big old lot of culls from Liberty Coin. And they won't all look that bad, but so about $34.30 out the door, about $1.80 over spot for culls right there. That beats the coin shops on YouTube, and there's free shipping. So that's a pretty good deal there if you're looking for culls and you don't mind paying up just a little bit for cull eagles. And you got to go all the way to 3,700 to get 100 silver eagles, 3,600 out the door with a 3% rebate credit card. That'll still beat the dealers by at least a little bit. Let's keep going here and do the rotation. Quickie, quick, like a bunny. And we've got Maples, 902, ouch. We've got Britannia's, 886, looks pretty good there. We've got Kangaroos, 878, even better. I think 878 is going to be the ticket. 878 on the Kangaroos, just like yesterday, is going to put you at about $34.10 per coin, about $1.60 over spot with a 3% rebate credit card. Okay, so that's the rotation. Let's keep going. How about junk on eBay? Junk on eBay, $10 face. Come on, tens. Come on, tens. There it is. Ooh, too cheap. It is 518 feedback seller, 98.5% feedback. A little bit on the bubble there. Nice looking quarters, $10 Washingtons, $5 shipping, 23, we'll call that 24 times face, 23.25 out the door, and that it will get you a nice looking junk below the dealer price on a smaller lot. So you can pick that up right now if you just want to add some Washingtons to your stack. That was very nice. Okay, a large lot of junk, and let's get past the holes and the worn, and we get to the full dates, 24.19, 23.4 or something out the door. That might beat the dealer right there, but that small lot was cheaper. Somebody pick that up, please. Carson Cities in MS65. I love those. Nice numismatic money coin. And you want to get NGC or PCGS. Let me just go to a nice one. There's one right there. There's an 1884 Carson City Morgan. Good seller, good feedback. Look at a little bit of toning around the rim. Ooh. I know some of you guys like that. So that's a coin you buy, you put away, you leave that to your kids. I mean, that'll be $1,000 coin someday. Numismatics just do well over time, and if you buy the key dates, it's a lot smarter than trying to do the collection. When you take your collections to the coin dealer, what he'll do is look for the key dates. He'll pay you whatever 70% of the gray sheet or whatever he's paying, trying to rip you off, and he'll pull out the key dates. He'll sell those in the market. He'll take all the rest of your collection. He'll dump it into a big bucket and just sell it cheap. So collecting date runs is satisfying and fun, but it is the key date coins that where you should focus your big money. And the best coin in the best grade that is the most collectible will generally do better for you. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's do a kilo. Kilo is 1108, about 1080 out the door. Nothing there. Here's your vintage bar of the day, and this is cool, a PMI bar, 10 ounce hand-poured bore. Hand-poured bore, hand-bored par, hand-poured bar. Okay, there we go. Get your brain working, Louie. Okay, that, I just love the black toning on that. Oh man, I don't know, maybe he had that in an ammo can or something. Don't ever polish that bar if you buy that. You can buy that right now. That's very, very nice. Let's keep going in 1 second. Right there, I needed a slurp of my Folgers coffee this morning. Okay, how about a large lot of 1 ounce rounds? 1 ounce rounds as cheap as $33.60, $32.60 out the door. Small lot of rounds as cheap as $6.84, $33 out the door. Cowboy rounds this morning are $7.11, $35.50, $34.50 out the door. Let's see, 100 ounce bar as cheap as let's get to a real deal. $34.02, $3,300 out the door, about 50 cents over spot. Okay, not bad. Let's keep going to the gold. The gold is 1 gram as cheap as, try to go a little faster today, 120 minus 3%. All the links are on my website. Just click them there. Random 1/10 gold as cheap as 350 minus 3%. 1/10 ounce gold eagle as cheap as 366 minus 10%. Yeah, pretty good seller, 100% feedback. That'll get you 356, about 353 out the door for a 1 ounce gold, 1/10 ounce gold eagle. 353 out the door compared to 1/10 ounce gold eagle. Where are you? 353 out the door compared to 362. You'll save about $9 a coin picking up that deal right there. Okay, I'd buy that. Okay, let's go on to random quarter ounce gold as cheap as, hold on, hold the phone. Quarter ounce gold Krugerrand, 856. Okay, maybe 856. It looks beat up, minus 3%. A quarter ounce eagle as cheap as 880 minus $25 would put you at about 855. Yeah, about 855 for a quarter ounce gold eagle. What's the price on the website? 855 versus 852. No, we lose. I don't like it when we lose. Let's get on to a better deal here. Let's go up to a half ounce gold maple. Half ounce gold maple as cheap as not $15. You guys didn't like this deal here, but you should make an offer on that, really. Let's see, we'll go 1728. That's a real deal, and that is a, oh, is it BU or not? You can check the listing. It looks BU, but check the verbiage. 1729 on this one. You're going to take $50 off. You'll be at about 1680. About 1680 on a half ounce gold maple. 1680 compares to 1692. You'll save $12 on that gold maple on eBay. Let's do a 1 ounce gold eagle. And I don't think you guys are buying lately, so let's see if we can find something to tempt you today. 1 ounce gold eagle, $33.78, and it is scruffy. Let's get you a better one than that, huh? Let's get a BU gold eagle, $33.88. On that, you're going to take, well, at least $100 off. That'd put you at $32.88. Pretty damn cheap at $32.88. No? Let's see, $32.88 compared to best price at the big dealers, $3,300. You're going to save $12 a gold eagle. And, ooh, I got to get back over here. And that's with your 3% rebate. And I don't see any coupons on that one. Let's check that a little deeper. Oh, yeah, there's a $10 off coupon, so you can save another couple of bucks if you buy more than one. Okay, let's keep going here. And can we get a buffalo cheaper than $33.50? We can get a buffalo about $33.50. Nope, no cheaper. Let's get a Krugerrand. How cheap can we get a Krugerrand? $26.21. Oh, it's a half ounce Krugerrand. Let's get up to a 1 ounce Krugerrand, $33.63. About $32.60 out the door for a Krugerrand. $32.60 compared to that guy right there, $32.60. It's a push. Okay, well, at least you still didn't lose. All right, let's keep going here. The Tudor gold coins have been very good. Check these lists right here for quarter ounce and 1 ounce gold coins. I like the Tudor Beast Dragon the best. A $5 commemorative. Come on, let's get something good here. $8.19 minus $25 puts you under $800 on a 0.241 ounce of U.S. sovereign gold. Let's keep going here. And stuff in my eBay store. If you see anything you like the bars I pour or anything there, ask me for a friend discount. I'd be happy to help you out. And let's see, let's keep going here. You know, you can get a precious metals verifier, a vacuum sealer, or way to refine your bars. This is my Amazon store, actually. Nobody ever shops there. Here's the Amex card, 3% off. The PayPal card, 3% off. You need them both. Here's a Quicksilver card, which I love a lot for a lot of reasons. And here's the picks of the day. You can go back through those and see the prior picks of the day, see what's working, see what's not working. You can still get your nickels at the bank for a nickel and buy as many of those as you can carry. Be sure you put them on a pallet or on a concrete floor. You might have them for a while. The 3 coin shops on YouTube I recommend, having great deals. But looks like the dealers are dealing right now as well. We'll get back and check the markets in a minute. You can support my work in any one of 3 ways. Subscriptions to Bolden, cups of coffee, and joining the membership channel, joining whatever the hell this thing is. I appreciate you guys. Okay, and there's Amazon. I want to get back and check the spot price. Okay, let's do a market recap here and see what is going on. I don't know how these markets are levitating here. Let's see. We've got gold now only up $7 to $32.35. Silver up 13 cents to $32.45. That puts the ratio at 100 to almost 100 to 1. And in the pre-market, we got the NASDAQ futures down 77. Looks like we got a little bit of a sell-off this morning. If you had really horrible news like the Moody's downgrade, which I admit it's kind of a paper tiger, but the last thing you'd want to see is a giant sell off on the day that news was reflected in the stock markets. What would the plunge protection team do? They might come in and support these markets. What would happen the next day? You could start seeing some sell off. So I don't know. That's my bet today. We may get that sell off, and we may not. That's all I know. And if you're here, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you share it with people that are paying too much for gold and silver. Share it on your social media. That helps the channel. Let's get the word out. Thumbs up if you appreciate what I'm doing. Subscribe if you want this punishment every day. And I'll see you guys in the comments. I'll see you in the chat room. And you know you can always email me at losinglouis@yahoo.com. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.